What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my video. Welcome back to my channel. I am finally out of my timeout for doing videos, so that means production's ramping back up. We are back with another reaction. We are back with another review. We are officially about to dive headfirst into the T.O.P. journey. So for today's music video reaction, we got 21 Pilots Car Radio. So I'm genuinely excited to do the 21 Pilots journey because a lot of people have told me since I did the past about 3 videos that I did for 21 Pilots that I need to take the journey. A lot of people have said the same thing that for me to do NF, and I did the NF journey, and I still have some more NF that I'm going to do. But as far as the actual overall journey, I've hit everything, and I loved it. And I thank you guys for telling me to do that. And you guys are saying to do the 21 Pilots journey, and there's a lot of similar connotations between NF's music and 21 Pilots music, and that it talks a lot about similar situations and similar instances and key topics that NF talks about. And I see why so many NF fans are 21 Pilot fans and vice versa. So I'm really excited to see just what comes out with this and really where this journey goes. And I'm excited to start with Car Radio. I mean, I did a couple of the songs already. If you guys haven't seen my 21 Pilots reactions, go on my channel. I have a playlist already for them, and there's about to be a lot more videos coming over the next few weeks and months of 21 Pilots. I'm going to dive deep into it. So strap in. We're going to have a good time. Today we got Car Radio. So let's see what 21 Pilots is packing with this one. But first, if y'all would be so kind to smash that like button, smash subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you guys are feeling froggy and you guys want to leap and show that little extra bit of monetary support for my channel to keep me doing what I'm doing with this, be sure to click on the join button below or go to my channel and click on the join button and take a look at the membership tiers. They range from $3 to $10 a month. Each have their own little bit of perks with them. There's a multitude of different things, multitude of different levels, multitude of different prices. But if you guys are feeling froggy and you guys want to leap and show us that little extra bit of support, that is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Anyways, 21 Pilots. Oh, let's see what y'all got. All right, if it's 21 Pilots, we know the song's going to be deep. And I mean deep. Let's do it.
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer inside. It's on my sleeve, my skin will scream, reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to me.
Okay. When he said someone stole my car radio and now I'm sitting in silence, and that silence can be violent. He hates this car that he's driving inside him. Okay, so his car is a representation of his mind, and very similar to how NF's The Mansion is a representation of his mind. And someone stole the car radio. Someone stole the music inside of him. Someone took the music from him, the life, I guess you could say. When you have no music inside of you, when you're like someone's internal music, their internal beat, their internal flow of how their brain and their heart synergistically work, that's their music, that's their flow, it's their internal, that's their tune. Walk to the beat of your own tune. If you don't have a tune, if someone stole your tune, someone stole your car radio in essence, and you're stuck in silence, yeah, silence can be violent. Like that's where anxiety, depression, you tend to sink back into a more introverted state. Hence why it shows him like sitting in the corner of a bathroom, like alone by himself, kind of like in the more of the fetal position, which is more of a comfort position. Definitely all correlates with each other. So far, I'm really digging it.
I'm driving, there's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to mask what is real. I could pull the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. ponder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. I find over the course of a human...
I ponder of something terrifying because this time there's no sound to hide behind. Yeah, I like the terminology with this. No sound to hide behind. There's no other thoughts going on inside his head. No positive thoughts. Nothing to distract him from the terrifying thoughts that are within him. With whatever happened to him currently, just recently, or far enough in the past. And so far from what it looks like of him shaving his head, it's like a shaving it. When you have longer hair, like when you shave your head, it changes who you are. It changes your whole look about you. And that's why so many people, when something serious happens to them or something tragic happens to them, at least even if it's not tragic, if it's tragic in their own mind or whatever level of tragic it is, that person that, I'm sure everyone's seen on, social media, people will cut their hair or change their hair color. And they're like, I did a thing. And it's usually after a breakup or something bad has happened. They change their image. They're trying to remold of who they are. And that's similar to, as a guy, I used to have my head shaved for years. And then I grew out a gentleman's cut on my head. And I've had that for years. Some of my videos show it whenever I'm not wearing a hat. And recently, I'm growing my Viking hair out. Like I'm top every shave on the sides. And that's nothing anything traumatic or anything bad that happened, but I'm doing it because I want to. And God, the amount of people that have been like, oh, you look so different. Like with your tattoos and everything, it looks more applicable than just a gentleman's cut. And it's so funny of how different of a persona I project with just a hair change. And just like this, him shaving his head, changing who you are. Something as simple as just shaving your head, it can really change your dynamic of the image you cast out to the public. And if you're changing it to match internally and you're whittling yourself down on the outside, it's kind of showing that you've been whittled down on the inside, i.e. you have no music, your car radio's been stolen.
I ponder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. I find over the course of a human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There were things we can do, but from the things...
I want to say, yes, that's true. We are all battling fear. It does not matter who you are, what position in life you're at, whether you're a kid in high school or you're in college or you're married or you're already in your career. You're afraid of something. There's some form of fear that everyone's going through. And one of the biggest things that people, even in their happiest state, the number one thing that people fear and they don't realize that they fear, even subconsciously, is the fear of change from a current situation. People that are even happy in their happiest state still have fear because they don't want that to change. Everyone is battling fears inside. I don't care who you are. Everyone has a fear or an angst or something that tugs at their heartstrings that makes them kind of have a gut wrench feeling of fear, of losing something, of changing something, of something being different. Everyone has that. There's no exception on that. If you're human, you got it.
Please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we can do, but from the things that work, there are only two. And from the two that we choose to do, peace will win and fear will lose. There's faith and there's sleep. We need to pick one, please, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, and for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am dying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts, so...
There's faith and then there's sleep. And sleep means that you're awake and you're thinking and you're alive. And I'm going to try my best to project that's what's needed to be. That's cool. Because in this one, he's talking about projecting, being awake and thinking and trying to find the positivity and find the light. Whereas in his song Ode to Sleep, he talks about the other side of it, the sleep side of it. He talks about how when you're asleep, your brain can shut off from the issues. You don't have to fight. You don't have to try so hard to find. You can just sleep. That's why it's an ode to sleep. It lets your demons not battle inside you. You're allowed to take a break. All right. Okay. Let's keep going with this. I'm liking this. It's very, very, I'm not even going to say it's clever. It's very smart. It's very well laid out and very smart.
Cross like I am dying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought, cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
I love the use of synthetic sounds, like that electric, the EDM style sounds. I love the use of it, and it sounds very old school, like synthetic sounds too. Which I know I'm pretty sure this is an older song, an older music video that they did, but still, like I like that it's kind of a nostalgic style sound to it. I love how they incorporate their live shows. I love how they do it, and they make their music. It's awesome because they make their music sound like how they want it to sound at a live show. It's not like they make it to where how it sounds here, and then you go to a live show and it sounds different. No, they're making the music in here sound like you're already there. So when you go there, and everyone says 21 Pilots concerts are just insanely awesome, and I can't wait. I'm gonna be going to see them. When I find out whenever they're going to be in Vegas, I will be going. Or if they're in LA, I'll still go. Like if it's somewhere near. But like I love that they do that, and that they, there's things like this where like the crowd's not even moving, that they're using the crowd to interact to make the music video. I love that. I'm sorry, but this is like the EDM side of me. You got that synthetic sound playing, and you just got that the drum and the hi-hat, the bass and the hi-hat like hitting. It's just got a cool beat to it. That pulls on my old school, my old school rave days. I just want to talk about like what the possible symbol behind what they just showed with that. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, that was awesome. It looked cool. It was cool they had the crowd interact. But thinking about it, almost every artist puts themselves into the crowd. They throw themselves into the crowd for a crowd surf. In this one, in the music video, with what he's talking about, how there's no silence in his head, there's no music, right? And the music went to more of a dull roar as he went out into the crowd, and he's standing there with the crowd. His face is covered. He's masked. He's hidden. He's hidden within the crowd of people. He's hidden in society. It's kind of like what it's representing. And he has no music because the music's in a dull roar. The car radio is gone. And then all of a sudden, when the music drops, everyone goes nuts. The whole crowd goes nuts for the music that 21 Pilots drops. And they go nuts. And in turn, him being stuck in the crowd, he gets hoisted, not thrown into the crowd, but he gets hoisted from the crowd up in a crowd surf and taken back to the stage. Like it's his fans that helped pick him back up with the music and brought him back to where he needs to be. Like that's NF talks about it too. Like him rapping about what he talks about, him doing his shows, him connecting with the crowd is what helps him. It helps him cope with what's going on in his head with the traumatic experiences, with how he deals with his issues. This is a very cool representation of the same thing. He was in the crowd. He's massless in the crowd. And then when his music drops, the 21 Pilots music drops, it reacts with the crowd so much that the crowd themselves helps pick him back up within his own music, with his own car radio, if you will, and brings him back to where he needs to be, not in the crowd, above the crowd and back to the stage so he can broadcast again. I like that. That's kind of a cool symbol behind it. Like that. I'm not sure if that, I don't know 21 Pilots as well as I know NF as far as like their thought process in it. But from what people said is they're just as intricate with how they do their stuff. And if they are just as intricate and just as well thought out with their music videos as like NF is, then that had to have been at least somewhat of a piece to it. Like that had to have been partly what they were trying to represent with that scene right there.
something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
And now I just sit in silence. I like that the ending just stopped right there. Sit in silence, the music stopped. And I like how it showed, where he was at with the crowd. And then all of a sudden, he's back with no crowd. He takes his mask off. He's back to it's back to square one again, pretty much. His hair was back. His image has not changed. He's still where he's at. Car radio's gone. Like, that's a very clever way to talk about that. Because, like, whenever said, you got to react to car radio. I'm like, what the hell is car radio? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, they have a song about the car radio. I'm like, all right, like let's see how deep this is gonna go. I get it. Like, I get it. That's very strong. That's a strong meaning behind it as far as what the image that they're trying to project with it, and as far as your internal music, your internal you're marching to the drum, the beat of your own drum. Like, when that gets taken from you, you're lost. You just don't know where to go. You don't know who you are. You don't know what's going on about you. Like. And I like that it's the whole complex behind that, and the referencing even to Ode to Sleep, with the sleep versus being awake and thinking and trying to fight what's going on and try to help yourself. I like that. Like that. All right, they interlay their music well. Like, I'm excited to see what more comes about with their music as I push forward with their stuff. Like, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Like, that was brilliant work, guys. Seriously. All right, so that was my reaction to Car Radio by 21 Pilots. Guys, that was good. And everyone that recommended for me to do this this reaction as well as the journey, I am super excited for that this reaction came out like this and that the song was like this. I was very kind of like, what the hell's Car Radio? It was awesome is what it was. And 21 Pilots is awesome. That's who they are. And I'm excited to do this journey. It's probably going to be awesome, just like you guys said with the NF journey. So we're going to keep going with this. Like, this was really good. I'm excited to see what comes about with it. I love how they incorporate their live shows within their music. I love how they just really put the emphasis on them with their fans, at least visually in their music. Like, I really love that they show that, because that's not a lot of artists do that. Like, some artists will do it here and there, but not a lot of artists will put that in there as like a staple within their music video kind of genre style. And like, I love that when NF did that, when in the song When I Grow Up, he did that at the end of the song. Awesome. I love that they do this with like every one of them. And like with Ode to Sleep, how was the transitioning with all of them? Like, it was just such a cool way to do it. I really tip my hat to that. Like, that's a smart way to do it. And it's very unique. And 21 Pilots is a very unique group. Their style of music is very unmatched. You can't really compare it. It's incomprehensible. Not incomprehensible, but incomparable. Sorry. You can't really compare it to other artists. Like, yeah, they have rap, they have some rock styles, there's some EDM, but it's such a different kind of twist and hodgepodge of different elements. It's very unique. So I'm excited to see where this all goes and what more they talk about and how more things interlay with it. So this is gonna be good. Like, that was a solid song. But if you guys like this reaction, as always, be sure to smash that like button, smash subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. That would be greatly appreciated. And also, like I said, go check out the membership tiers. If you guys are feeling froggy and you guys want to take that extra leap and maybe toss a little extra monetary support my way for what I'm doing with this, please, I'm not going to tell you don't. I'm going to say feel free, go right on ahead. It would be greatly appreciated. So be sure to click the join button, check out the membership tiers. If it's something you like, something you're up for, be sure to smash it. Be sure to accept it. Toss it in. Toss me some little bit extra cash for this. I'm loving doing this, but it's always greatly appreciated. And if not, if you just want to stay subscribed, still greatly appreciate it. I love all my subscribers. I love doing this. Like, this is awesome. So thank you guys. And also be sure to comment down below. Let me know of other 21 Pilots songs that you guys want me to do. If you guys have the actual journey, like a list, like what a lot of people had sent me for the list of NF songs to do. If you guys have a list of 21 Pilots songs to follow with the journey, like a more condensed order, more, in-line chronological order, I guess you could say, that I should be following, submit it down below, put the comment in, let me know. I will take it. I will use it. Obviously I did that with the NF journey. So be sure, let me know. I want to know more. And also, if you have any other bands, songs, music, genres, yada, 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 anything that's got a meaning or a serious tonality to it, or really has an emotional dialogue like this song that had both, let me know. Put it down below. I'm going to like it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to react to it. I'm going to put it on the list. It may take a little while because I just have an ever-growing list, and I am one human with a day job as well. But I will get to it. So be sure to let me know. Keep feeding me. I'll keep feeding you. We'll keep that circle going. You all know what it is. My subscribers and my members know what it is. I love every single one of y'all. But that's it. I'm out.